Alcohol is a huge part of British culture. There's no real way to get around it, and there's nowhere that it's more obvious than on a university campus. To the point that when I went to Nottingham and moved in with my new housemates to do my postgraduate degree, my new housemates who were not British asked me if I wanted to go out, and I just let them know, sure, but I don't drink. The look of confusion on their faces, and then one of them just said, but you're British. It is so expected that you will drink. It is strange that you are so pressured into it, but it's something that at university is everywhere, and if you don't want to drink for whatever reason, then you're gonna be the one who stands out, unfortunately. But this doesn't have to be a total bad thing, and hopefully I can give some useful advice on getting through that. The first thing that I would say is that if there is somebody who is giving you a hard time about the fact that you're not drinking and is trying to force you to drink, even if you've said that you don't want to for whatever reason, then you don't need that person. Just cut them out. That's not a person that you want to be friends with, quite simply. Do be aware, if you don't have what people consider a legitimate reason for not drinking, such as religious views, then you're going to have this conversation a lot, and you're just going to have to be prepared to explain to people again and again why you don't want to drink. My reason for not drinking is simply that I don't like alcohol. I've made a whole video on this, and it's very simple. I just don't like the taste, and I've tried so many drinks, and because I say the reason I don't like to drink is that because I don't like it, every time I meet a new person, we have this conversation, they will try and get me to try a few drinks, and I've accepted this, and I will just have a sip of whatever they give me, and as always, I will say that's disgusting, I don't want to drink that. And some people will take it upon themselves to try and find you your drink, but if you're willing to just have a sip or two, then just go with it, and once they've tried a few, they'll get bored. Now, I'm not a massive partying person anyway, that's not really my scene, possibly because I see how stupid people are when they're drunk in large crowds, but I still have a good time when I go out with my friends, I still enjoy bars, and I have had many good nights at clubs. You don't need to be drunk to enjoy yourself. If you do, you may have an issue. But most people can have a really nice time at a club with their friends and be completely sober. So there's definitely nothing wrong with that. And also, it's a surprisingly good workout to be dancing until 2 in the morning when you've only had a couple of Diet Cokes and a few glasses of water in your system. One of the parts I always did struggle with was the pre-drinking stage, because if people are playing drinking games, you kind of want to join in with the fun, but also you're not taking shots, so people decide the equivalent is some really gross drink that's a mix of concentrated cordials and something else gross that they found in someone's kitchen cupboard. And yeah, don't let people pressure you into drinking strange concoctions of condiments. It doesn't end well for anybody. My equivalent of the pre-drinking stage was just to have an awful lot of sweets and get a little bit hyper. It's almost as good as being drunk, I'm sure. But it's worth remembering that although there is always this pressure to drink, university is not about getting drunk. It's a huge part of the culture, sure, but there's no reason why you can't go through your entire university career and not drink. I managed it, I have lots of friends, I had a great social life. You don't need it. But also remember, it's totally okay to change your mind. If you decide that you want to try alcohol and enjoy it, then that's totally fine. That doesn't mean you've caved to peer pressure or that you've failed. You haven't let yourself down. It's totally okay. Obviously, university is about education, but it is also about learning a lot of things about who you are, and don't let anybody else affect the decisions that you make about your life. Even if it's just a little thing like drinking alcohol. If you're about to go to university soon, then I hope you have an amazing time and I wish you all the best. Remember, this is a new chapter of your life, free from your parents' influence, to find out who you really are. Embrace it and enjoy it.